Seriously, what kind of joke is this? Anyway, enough about that, let's move on now to the fourth mode in terms of the bonus games mode, quote unquote. Now will have to be the minigame tournament. 8 players can do battle in a minigame tournament. So, yeah, guessing it might be feels pretty similar to Mario Party 7 in terms of the 8-player modes and stuff like that, but except, well, obviously we can't able to utilize all 8 Wii remotes, so we have to utilize just only 4 of them. So let's go ahead and select, you know what, let's pick Toadette because we haven't selected her since Haunted Trail and stuff. And as far as everything else is concerned, well, we're also able to change the computer players or what have you, so that way we need to include, obviously we'll include Donkey Kong just for sake of fun, and also we'll add it in Daisy, and also Toad, and also Mario, because we have not seen Mario for quite a while, Luigi, and of course we'll pick Rosalina, and lastly we'll, actually, rather than just using Peach, because Peach might actually defeat us all, but either way, we'll add Wario for last. So either way though, and as always, we're gonna be selecting them on hard mode, and, well, we might as well get started with the minigame tournament itself. Speaking of the actual parts itself, it might actually act out pretty similar to Coin Challenge, except rather than collecting coins, we need to go all the way up to the top, depending on what placements we're in. And as you can see, we got ourselves these familiar objects, all these objects right here, which they are basically clear pipes from Super Mario 3D World, which sounds pretty cool all in all, because this game came out after Super Mario 3D World, I'm presuming so. So anyways, we're about to be playing some more mini-games. Hopefully we're also able to play new ones to the table, but regardless of everything else though, let's just get this thing started. So, let's see what the first minigame we're about to be playing through on this mode, and that is Cheep Cheep Leap, a new minigame. And it's also another one of the minigames they did show off during the films of E3 2014, so seems pretty cool and stuff. You're invincible, jump with 2 and hit the Cheep Cheeps, so that's all you have to do here. However, there's one little downside to the forms of this particular minigame tournament mode, along with the last of the bonus games as well, is the fact that the loading times might take a really long time to load. Yeah, it kind of feels like the equivalent to the Sonic 06 load times issue, so either way though, I don't know if it's mainly because of the forms of, I don't know if it's to be more specifically a physical disc version or something like that, even though I really did not know about the fact that why do we have to sit through all these little loading screens and stuff before we jump into the next new minigame and all that jazz and stuff. So either way though, that's what you can say about it. In the beginning portion, you have to go either first or second in order to be able to proceed. But then later on though, is the fact that you need to be able to actually claim for first place at all times if you really want to, you know, just try to win the forms of the minigame tournament itself. So, I'm afraid seemingly to say is the fact that, well, since the actual playtime of this mode is actually 10 minutes, but seemingly to say is the fact that we might actually go lower than that. That's only because, much like in Mario Party 9, that whenever when the computer players gets their turn, during forms of that specifically the other side, they do realize is the fact that the blue toad is going to tell us that, yep, the computer player battle is going to be skipped over. So even then there's been like choice challenge, and yeah, it's kind of a bad thing because we do miss these old days whenever you're trying to sit and watch the computer players, there's minigame chances and stuff, but as far as usually how we can think about that in terms of ND Cube developers think, let's just go and make things a little bit faster, and rather than just, you know, trying to make things a little bit slower for ourselves. Alright, another new minigame we're playing through is Blooper Blast Off. So either way though, let's go ahead and do some more, well, just pushing 2 buttons and stuff. Bloop to the surface with 2, so either way though you have to like, well, just keep on pressing 2 and just like tilt the Wii remote in the corresponding direction angles, and then at the same time we need to dodge those torpedo Teds. And along the way we have to do with the forms of those little pipe water currents, as you can see right there, that we have to get a lot of usage of. So either way though, we'll just have to make sure if we don't get knocked all the way down, because if we do manage to get hit by those torpedo Teds, then you have to go all the way back a little bit. So, yeah, so you have to stay sharp on that one. So, and seemingly to say is the fact that since we're in first place and Luigi was in second place, and seems somehow that Donkey Kong and Mario does not even catch up. So, oh yeah, fundamentally speaking of such, is the fact that, well, in order to be able to continue progressing upwards to the top of the actual podium, is the fact that you have to either win first or second place between these two rounds in particular. Well, to be more specifically, the quarterfinals and the semifinals and stuff. But if you really want to go for the actual first place, podium, then you must able to claim first place, of course. And this is another time playing through Paintball Battle, but oh well, no big deal, because I really don't mind this minigame, so it's kind of a shame we didn't play the new minigame. So even though I'm guessing that until likely next weekend, specifically on Saturday and stuff like that, we'll most likely gonna have to focus on free play from now on. So either way though, we'll just gonna have to leave it to that. So either way though, let's go ahead and just be stealthy here, make sure we don't get caught by the paintballs and stuff. And seems to be more specifically, the two-player version of this minigame is actually a piece of cake. Even though despite the fact that we actually doing that with somewhat of an easier difficulty rather than just slightly tougher or anything, so oh well, better shows can be choosers, I suppose, but and as far as you're able to actually finish this mode, that's pretty much about it. So at least it's somewhat a little bit more lengthy compared to the forms of how it does it in, you know, Bowser Jr. challenges. Like, what in the world they thought this is a good idea to able to design like this? I have no idea, probably because of time constraints or something. So, anyway, that concludes the minigame tournament. It's alright, I mean, not the longest mode throughout, but let's head on now to the final bonus game, Bowser Challenge.